Hey, this is the 21st of September. It's 16:26, one day after the event, 20th September. Now, on the route we took with BBK, I remember that there were 3 RPGs fired, really no hits, but Bergdorf and Passetti said something different, that they had near misses. That they had near misses on the route, that it actually hit the RPG cage and impacted walls and shit like that. That Bergdorf almost got taken out because one hit a tree. But on the way back, Sergeant Mabinski's truck got hit by a directional frag, and Huggins was basically taken a little out of action. Now, saying that, we dismounted at the dismount line. We went down, we fought a couple sheep, hand on hand. Then white element, they flanked out and then got engaged. Now, during that time period, yellow smoke was fired from white platoon, and what do you call it? You guys were requested. Your support was requested. You were part of 3rd Squad, and you threw down a hell of a lot of fire. I mean, give me the rundown from that angle. I mean, did you have a radio on you?
Got a radio on me.
What type of weapon were you carrying? Were you
all right.
M4?
I had M4, 203. I had HE rounds, high explosive.
You mind?
What happened? White started taking contact along with our outside right team, and what we did was we pushed outside up all the way up the mountain to where they can't see us, and we have total coverage of the decline, and it would be incline for them, so it would be impossible for them to engage us. So we had the upper hand. Just
saying that, just letting you know that we didn't know, we had no idea where the hell you were. So when we called you guys up and to ask for help, we were like right below you and off to your left.
So White started taking contact, and they fired yellow smoke. We had clear eyes on, and we could see dudes running. So we immediately, Sergeant Liggins, my squad leader, calls up, and to make sure that we get the guys, White and our actual outside right team, out of there, so that we could lay down suppressive fire and kill those motherfuckers. And we finally called up. They popped more smoke. We had perfect eyes on. I took my red smoke, my 203, boom, somehow perfectly out of God's blessing from above. Perfect spot, same exact location. And
this was part of the first engagement, right?
First engagement. And then we called it up LT. We made sure that everyone was out of the area, clear, good. No guys were in the vicinity. So we had total amount to just destruct. So there was we made sure there was no civilians in the area. There was no kids. There was no big structures. There was no vehicles. We were clear and engaged, period. So me, along with Sergeant Liggins, we had Smitty on the 249. You got Stu on the 249. You got Sergeant Lewis on the 240. And then you got me with the 203 and my M4. And we just made that bitch rock all fucking day. For a good, I'd say about 15 minutes of just straight shooting. We blew through about, just that first firefight, just that alone, we went through, me personally, I went through 6 mags. Just from that. And I went through about 4 HE.
And then there was a, as soon as we were done with the hill and stuff like that, we started moving along. Now, we had to cross like a stream and stuff like that. We were basically following the people that were trying to, because White Element managed to get the hell out of the way.
Right.
After they called up, ceasefire. They managed to get the hell out of the way. You guys lost PID. Yep. And then we began the chase.
Right.
And then we crossed over a stream. We kept looking for them more and more and more. And then, basically, from my account, Jaimez walked into an open field. LT walked into an open field.
And that's when
they laid into us.
Yep.
Now I was right behind them because they wanted they're basically covering me.
Right.
They ran behind. I got PID. I told them I had PID, and then they told me I was a dumbass for telling them that I got PID. He said I should have started firing, and I started firing on him, like as I was saying it, as I saw it, and they told me at the same time. Unison. I began firing. Jaimez began firing on the position. It was basically they took cover behind a clot wall, which was like it was a good 200-300 meters out there. When that happened, Sergeant Morgan bound back to our location, Sergeant Nuego bound back to our location, and they tried to Sergeant Morgan tried to fire a smoke grenade. His 203 was broken. Sergeant Nuego was looking for a smoke grenade, and then White Element popped in. They fired yellow smoke.
And then that was the second time.
Yeah.
And
you dumped so much ammo on them, it was ridiculous.
Yep,
we saw your 203s come in.
Yep.
Now that was my perspective.
And now that was.
Tell me from your perspective what happened.
We saw what exactly was going on. What they were doing is they were trying to play the game. They almost knew what we were doing, but they didn't know what we were doing at the same time. They wanted us to continue. So what they were doing, they were basically bounding with us. They would shoot, and then they would disengage, and they would move up and get another one of their faggot spots, and they would start shooting again. But not knowing that we were on the hilltop about to lay into them again. They had no idea where that fire was coming from. They thought it was either AWT or something, because we had no shots fired at us. We had no guys, with binoculars looking at us. They had no idea. So I instantly popped another smoke to let my guys know to exactly where to shoot at, so that way there's no civilian casualties. And yet again, there was no big structures. There was nothing. It was like they were complete retards, because if there were civilians, we couldn't engage.
Yeah.
Or and actually,
you found some of their shell cases.
Well, what happened was same thing happened again. I popped smoke. Miracle of God, hit the same spot that White did. I don't know how. I just judged it right. And immediately my team began to dump shit on him again. HE rounds are going off crazy. Now,
how many mags total did you expend that?
All mine are done. I know Smitty was black. Stewart was black. I mean, we were all we were done.
Holy shit.
We were pretty much done. Matter of fact, Sergeant Liggins tossed me a mag. So I carried about 9 or 10 mags on me.
I threw 3 mags.
So all in all, about 11 mags from me.
I carry 8, and I blew through 3.
Now I want to say on this, we called an all stop, basically ceasefire on everything, because we spotted kids that they weren't really close, but I mean, we're not in the business to do that. You know what I mean? We're here, kill the fucking enemy, and that's it. We're not here to fuck shit up as far as civilians and everything like that. Even though they pissed me off, that's not part of it. So we called a ceasefire right then and there, called it up, and we moved to our next OP. That was it. So,
that was 20th on BBK, right?
Roger. Yep. And then we, that was about it.
Then we started chasing them again.
A couple, like I said, they were bound into the next location, and they probably just didn't have good eyes on, because we heard a couple pop shots, but nothing. We could see a lot of dudes out there running, but like I said, at that point, there was a lot of structures, there was a lot of kids around.
They began playing their prayer music.
There was a lot of people out there that were just farming, that they weren't even part of it. So at that point, we were just doing observation, because we don't want to take any civilian casualties. So, but that was about it. All in all, good day, and we tore shit up. So we definitely hit some of those guys. So.
Okay. 21st September 1634.
Sergeant Bacon signing off.